YTPC, it's Padre. Back in 2019 and 2020, Mark VV and I did a series on the Boswell English Sampler, exclusively for BRTV. I'm happy to now have that series available on YouTube, and I hope you enjoy it.
A lot of good banter that we just missed.
Well, it was being audio recorded. Is that count?
There you go.
Did you
There's
just
your.
clap?
I did a double clap. I've got the clap.
You got the clap? Should we... Are we ready to begin? Do I need light? Let there be light.
It's mood lighting.
It's mood lighting?
Mood lighting.
Are you in the mood? Well, the table's showing, the microphone's showing, the... You know what? It doesn't really matter. You know what I don't have?
Pipe. But I'm going to solve that in just a minute. For your birthday present, I have you a pipe.
You have a pipe? Should I smoke it? Holy crud, Batman.
I got one too.
Is this what we're using today?
Yeah.
All right.
Coming to you via the virtual airwaves of BRTV from the Big Easy in Louisiana, bringing you his philosophy and insight on life and all things pipe and premium tobacco related. Please welcome your host, Padre Piperer.
Goodness, we should start this video.
Probably.
This is a clay pipe.
We've already started it.
All right, so let's make it official. I think we're crooked. I feel like we're leaning this way. It's just going to have to do.
I told you.
YT wrong. BRTV. Padre.
Mark V.
Coming to you via the virtual airwaves of Briar Report Television.
We just lean.
To do video 7.
7.
I didn't think we'd ever going to get here.
It was a journey.
This is the smoking through the sampler. We have grown old doing it. We've literally lost a member of our community doing it.
We have?
That's how long this has been going on.
I think I've lost a little weight since my first video.
Have you? You had a baby. So you lost your baby weight.
Yeah.
And you brought me a gift.
I brought you a gift. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
A little preview.
I'm low energy, which is why I'm unprepared to grab a... I have pipes over there. I just didn't bring any with me. I'm tired. You know why I'm tired? I worked all day today. I had a funeral, and believe it or not, funerals really do take a lot out of you.
I bet.
They do. I mean, it wasn't my funeral, praise God, but which would really make me low energy.
And I wouldn't be here. We'd be recording video 7.
I'd probably smell a little funny. Do I smell funny?
No comment.
Okay, so this is a gift for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My birthday is still a little ways away.
But I figured, for the purpose.
But it is this month. It is in March. By the time we get this up, it might be St. Patrick's Day. My birthday is St. Patrick's Day. This is really cool. This is really, really cool. So it's a clay pipe, and I don't own, nor have I ever smoked a clay pipe.
Yep.
So, little I know about the clay pipes is allegedly they don't ghost, which makes them perfect for sampling and tasting.
Something like
and so this is good. And is that true though? Do they really not ghost?
I've smoked one many a times and I haven't detected any kind.
They don't hold on to it.
Nope.
Okay. It's got a weird texture to it, which is a little freaky. I'm a texture guy, and textures flip me out.
Don't put your teeth on it.
Okay. So, but it's got rope. So I like the feel of the rope. I don't like the feel of the clay. The rope though serves a purpose.
Yes, as an insulator for the heat in the clay pipe. It will burn your hands, basically.
Gotcha.
Clay gets very hot.
And this is very long, so it should radiate some of this heat out, which would also help with sampling.
Theoretically.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's got a black tip.
I don't know what the significance of that is. It's just maybe
It's just
aesthetic.
painted on there, huh? Okay, so I'm okay with the texture on my lips. So I'm freaky like that. I mean, I could put like one of those little...
maybe it would work. Yeah, a little pipe nipple.
This is, can you say nipple on BRTV?
Say dumbass.
We did say dumbass. All right, so we're smoking today from the tinder box. Oh, no. All right, we have been through 6 of the 7 samplers of the Boswell's English Sampler, and we're finally getting to railroad stations. I'm very excited to try. I have no idea but we found the board, and so we know where we stand. And I do know before we started this, I had smoked Countryside and Northwoods and liked those. And right now they're my top 1 and 2. You had smoked Countryside and Northwoods and didn't like Northwoods because it's very bold and it's Latakia.
Yep.
But you did like Countryside, so we both have Countryside as our number 1. We use nothing but quality production materials on this show as it falls apart.
It's called Railroad Station. Maybe we call it Trainwreck Station.
Yeah. So I had Countryside as my number 1, Northwoods, Titus, Magnum. I actually switched Imperial and Mild English, making Mild English number 5, despite the fact, I had given it a lower mark because it left that horrific room note. Mm-hmm. I got to thinking, I don't care. I'm not smoking it for the room note, although I'm not going to smoke it in the office because it just did a number in the office. But outside, I think it was better than the Imperial mix or Imperial English. And so we're going to see where... Goodness, I don't know how Over a Pipe does it. He's got a big board. We're going to see how this all compares. You, on the other hand, your tops were in this order, 1 through 6. Your top was Countryside, followed by Titus, Magnum, Mild. You put Mild way up there. Okay, number 4. Northwoods and Imperial English.
Dead last.
Dead last. Well, it's my dead last now, too, because you can see I drew arrows since then and swapped them. So today we're going to do Railroad Stations. I have big hopes for Railroad Station.
Do we know what's in it?
Yeah, somewhere I have notes. My big hopes are based on notes, and more than anything, I like the name. So, let us see what Railroad Station says. This is from tobaccoreviews.com. Very minimalistic kinds of stuff. It says, a rich, flavorful Latakia blend with an ice cool burn. That's all it says. The contents. It's Virginia and Latakia, which makes sense, and it's got Black Cavendish in it. Now, I'm assuming it's probably an uncased Black Cavendish used for... I have found folks using Black Cavendish as kind of a mixer for mouthfeel. It gives a smoothness, and if you don't case it with anything...
Right.
You don't get that overly sweetness.
So
we'll see. I don't know. What are you sniffing? Are you getting anything other than an English blend? You mind if I take my collar off?
It's got a lot of... it's definitely an English blend.
Yeah, how about that?
Not a lot of sweetness in the baggy note. I'm not going to call it a bag because it's a half
It's a
bag.
Ziploc.
It's a Ziploc. Baggy note. God, it reminds me of...
Reminds you of an English blend.
No, when after you pop fireworks and you get that kind of smoky smell.
Yeah,
it kind of has that.
That's
like burnt gunpowder.
That's kind of frightening because I'm not. That's not.
I don't know.
Burnt gunpowder.
It's very strong in the Latakia for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's got an English smell to it. It's got a woodsy, campy, fiery. I don't know. Why don't we blaze it up and just get moving on
Almost
this?
like it should be part of a sampler series or something.
How about that? This is a most unique pipe, I must say. And I appreciate you remembering my birthday.
Yeah, sure.
So I'll be Frank.
I'll be Mark still.
You can be Mark. I'll be Frank. And Frank says, I don't remember when your birthday is. It in July?
It's in July.
I know it's in July. And I want to say that because it seemed like maybe it's around my brother's birthday. So you're around the 24th? 26th. Okay. So I have a brother whose birthday is the 24th. I have a sister whose birthday is the 26th. So now I shall remember that. You share my sister, her birthday, but you also share my uncle's birthday, who's also the 26th. So of July. So
I did fail to remember to bring.
If we're still friends, then I'll buy you a gift, and so you don't throat punch me. We got a lot of feedback about the throat punching.
We couldn't find it.
You couldn't find the original video.
No.
You took it down out of embarrassment.
I must have.
You should have.
Maybe you can buy me some church warden pipe stems, pipe cleaners. That's what I forgot to bring.
There you go. And I've got some at home, and I've known that you were bringing this.
So
Yeah. That is something you really do need to have on hand. You don't think about that. You get a church warden and you realize the regular old pipe cleaners. So what's the deal with clay? I mean, what do you know? I don't know anything about clay. Are they wet smokers?
very
more
dry.
than-
Very
They
dry.
should be dry. Okay. Like a meerschaum.
Like a meerschaum.
But for what it's worth, my calabash with a meerschaum lining is not a dry smoker. I've never understood that.
I want to say
Because
clay.
calabashes and meerschaums are both supposed to be dry, and so I don't know.
I want to say clay is a denser material than
I
meerschaum.
would thought it would be porous enough to absorb. But I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about, and clearly we all know that that's a fallacy. All right, so you're lighting up. You're going to give us a room note in a moment. I'm packed, I think, finally. I think I have a good draw. I'm not getting a note from you just yet.
A little harder to tamp it down and get it lit, but it's just the pipe style.
Did you do a draw test?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because I'm clearly getting a nice, very nice flavor through it. Oh, I'm getting your room note now. I don't think non-smokers would enjoy this room note.
Mm.
I think folks who enjoy a nice English blend would go, "Ooh, what is that? That's rather nice." Oh, but I just got that
boy.
firecracker gunpowder thing you're talking about.
Yeah, it's there. So
It went away, but maybe you just suggested it and it subliminally came at me. But I think I smelled it for a moment. All right, so yeah, I mean it smells like an English blend there. What's your first tasting notes as I light up?
It's not like mild English, that's for sure. Whole lot of Latakia.
And you are not one for heavy Latakia blends. You don't mind an English, you don't mind the Latakia, the Orientals, but you don't like it overpowering. There's no Orientals in this one either, is there?
No, I don't think so.
What did we say? It was Virginia, Latakia, and Black Cavendish.
Black Cavendish, yeah.
Now, the one thing as a drawback is you can't see the bowl as you're lighting it. It's
Yeah,
so long
that is
enough.
the drawback, yeah.
So you don't know if you got an even lit there.
You can just assume.
Okay. I mean, thus far, I'm still getting used to this pipe. You going to sing me happy birthday?
No.
Okay. Well, that ends that. I am appreciative of the gift, though. Thus far, this is okay.
I'll sing happy birthday when I'm washing my hands for the coronavirus.
You should do that.
I'll insert your name into the song.
I am not one to panic over these kinds of things. In fact, you just look at this statistically. Allow me to rant for a moment. We'll come back to the tobacco tasting in just a second. But
Just relax.
the and I think a lot of folks who follow me know that in January of 2018, my dad died from the flu. And the 2017-2018 flu season was just horrific. The CDC picks in advance the strain that they're going, or strains that they're going to try to inoculate against and include that. They did a horrible job of picking. They also had mutated strains that were coming up, and people were getting very sick. Lots of people died in that season.
Yeah.
And my dad, otherwise healthy at 85 until he got the flu, within a matter of days was gone. Having said that, so I saw a statistic, I believe in that season, in the United States alone, there were close to, I think, 88,000 flu deaths.
88,000?
Yes, it was an
Wow.
extremely high death year, okay? Worldwide, we don't even have 88,000 cases of the coronavirus. In America, I think we now up to 11 deaths.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say they're making much ado about nothing, but all things considered, like, take care of yourself. Get the flu vaccine, because the flu is still statistically
it's real and very statistically stronger.
And I could make a very nasty statement about being an associate of certain former politicians have a higher correlation of death rate too, but I won't say the name.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty funny meme about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, perspective is also very, very key here, in that more people have died from homelessness just today
In the coronavirus.
than the coronavirus has killed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is. It's perspective. And having said that, we've been getting directives. I don't know. What about in the bank industry? Are you getting, like, we have an email that came out from the diocese and the bishop, and he's, and this is good practice. We have to directly in advance of the Eucharistic liturgy. So you've done all this other stuff in church, and now you have to use you have to wash your hands in hot water with soap and antibacterial soap for 20 seconds before you start Mass. And then you go to, you get to the Eucharist part, and you have to use the alcohol-based hand sanitizer. And then any lay Eucharistic ministers who are distributing, they have to do that at that point of the service too. And really, there's almost like an encouragement, like, let the people see you doing that. And if at all possible, get those little bottles out into the pews. And, I don't know.
Yeah, being that I work with
you work with money, with it is nasty.
Very directly with the public. Laura works with, she's in a hospital, so she works directly with the public as well. Especially with money, like the flu virus can live on a dollar bill for, I think, a couple weeks, and I'm sure the coronavirus is probably So I'm sure the coronavirus has probably a very similar lifespan, since it's very flu-like anyway, and it survives and transmits much in the same way. So
that's an interesting thing. Viri, is that the plural of a virus? And listen, I'm not a virologist, nor do I play one on YouTube, but from what I remember, because I do have a PhD, which was in psychology, heavily biologically influenced, so we did do disease model and such. And what I remember of viruses is they're not really alive, and they're not really dead.
Yeah.
They're like little DNA insertions that take something that's alive and then take it over.
They kind of activate once they...
They're kind of like zombies. They're undead.
What was that funny little meme that I saw on Facebook not too long ago, where it said, "Oh, I didn't realize all of my my political science master's friends are now suddenly..."
My constitutional scholar friends from last week are suddenly infectious disease experts this week. Yeah, no kidding. All right, so I'm still adjusting to this pipe. I'll be honest about that, but I am getting a taste. And this tastes like
English.
It does. There's a it's interesting. I find it to be a semi-sweet, almost like I don't want to say it tastes like dark chocolate, but how dark chocolate gives you that semi-sweet flavor profile, and sometimes latakias can give you a very sweet flavor profile. This is more of a semi-sweet, is what I'm getting from it, and
I'm not getting
I'm okay.
I'm not getting any real sweetness from it, so it's... For me, it's not... It just tastes all latakia.
Yeah, I'm not getting the... not getting any kind of a obvious Cavendish. Again, I think it's probably there for condimental purposes, mouthfeel. Sometimes I find when people use an unflavored Cavendish, it smooths out the blend. I think that was one of the things... I think that was one of the secrets behind... Just for Him, what was that? Shortcut to Mushrooms.
Yeah.
I think they had some unflavored black Cavendish in there that gave it that mushroomy smoothness.
Yes. Yeah.
It's purely speculative. But you're right, I think the dominant note on this is latakia. Bells will be ringing.
I'm not particularly liking this.
I'm indifferent. I've smoked worse. I think I would probably choose this in advance of mild or What else? Imperial.
Yeah. I like my pipe, but
I'm not sure I would move it up any higher than that. So I think Magnum, Titus, Northwoods, and Countryside are safe in the top 4. So for me, it's a matter of, at this point, putting it into the 3, although it is still early in this bowl. And again, I've said this with this entire sampler. One of the things for me, and I know everybody's got different taste buds, different chemical makeups and such. Nothing in this Boswell English Sampler series for me has even come close to being a biter. And so this is continuing to smoke cool, just like everything else in this series. Mm-hmm. So that's a good thing for me. So then it really does come down to a flavor profile. And
I think my pH may be a little different than yours. This one's the most bitey of the blends for me so far.
you feel it's bitey.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I would be curious as how it would do in a briar, because it, there is a good chance for this to radiate heat out before it reaches you. However, did I read that right? Something about a rich, flavorful Latakia blend with a nice cool burn. So they are touting it as cool burning. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean anything. They can say whatever they want.
That was whoever wrote it was very cool burning for them.
There you go.
Give another little light here.
So, yeah. Now, I'm going to throw this out to you, and maybe you can give me some ideas. And you should pay attention because it could impact you. I think what I want to do. Here's the deal: of all of these that we've smoked, if I'm ever going to purchase any more again, I'm going to purchase Northwoods and Countryside because I like them, particularly Countryside, and I have both of those jarred. I have several ounces. So I wouldn't probably purchase Railroad Station again. I don't think I would go to Titus or Magnum or Imperial or Mild. I don't think I'd purchase them again. And I have a crud load of tobacco. So I think what I want to do with these samples, because you and I mean, there's literally 2 bowls out of each bag. I think I want to give them away, but I don't know how I want to do that. So we should have some sort of a little contest, shouldn't we? Sure. So I hate to put you on the spot, but so how should we do that? And maybe we don't know how to do that in this video, and we'll have to do another video to say how we're going to do that.
We'll mull it over, I think.
Yeah,
so
but maybe in the comments, which is really cool because BRTV has comments now. Maybe you can say, yeah, I would. I wouldn't mind competing for that if you could send it to me, and somebody could get this sampler, and you could try each of these 7 and see what you think.
Or just as a promotion for BRTV, comment on the video, and we'll pick a winner out of the comments. Huh?
I could do that.
Yeah. I mean, it could be as simple as that.
I think it could be as simple as that. Today is March 7th when we're recording this. So
it'll probably go up on March 14th.
Mm-hmm. So perhaps between March 14th and you want to do it for a week, 10 days. What do you want to do?
Yeah, a week.
A week. So March 14th and March 21st. Comment, and we're just going to assume if you're commenting that you're in, and. I mean, unless you don't want to be, then put that in the comment.
Yeah, say I don't want to be in.
I've had Boswell's and I don't like it, and so we'll exclude you. But I wanted to make my comment and make your comment. Other than that, anybody who comments before the 21st, we'll close it on the 21st, will be entered, and we'll just throw the names in a hat and randomly pick a wiener, and we'll bounce this over to you. I should have offered it to you. Do you want any of these?
No,
I didn't think you did. Mark and I have been having this conversation about having too much tobacco. It's so.
Yep.
And
keep on buying it.
And I'm on. Are you on fast? I'm on a fast for Lent. I'm not purchasing any tobacco during Lent.
I'm on fast for predominantly everything unless something really, really limited comes out that I'm just
You're a sucker.
I'm a sucker. So if something comes out that I'm like,
Because
ooh,
that's all I've been buying. Oh, look, it's a rarity. Got to purchase this limited edition, small batch, tiny run.
I'm a sucker.
Oh,
yeah,
how many times
I'm
are they
not.
going to do that to us?
I'm not gonna deny that. Yeah, Cornell and Deal and Smoking Pipes brought out a 20th anniversary tobacco like the day after I was doing I'm doing the fast, and then like, oh, here's this
And you bought some.
limited tobacco. I'm like, well,
Fast?
crap. I'm fasting ish.
And so for me, it's pipes and tobacco.
I'm not buying any pipes.
And
Other than that one.
Missouri Meerschaum sent out the St. Patrick's Day. And I'm like, ah! And I managed not to, because I didn't really like the pipe this year. Last year, they had a green stemmed pipe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And this year, they have like a gold stem or orange stem, and just didn't, I passed on it. It was like $30, and you get, I think, an ounce or two of Nutty Irishman.
Yeah, I think the Peterson bring out the St. Patrick's Day one as well. I don't
Peterson does have St. Patty's.
I think I saw those, and I wasn't like. Again, it's one of those things. Like if it's aesthetically pleasing to me, I might consider the purchase. But last green pipes I could care less about, really, to be honest. So
yeah, so the last one I bought, what year was that? 2017.
Yeah,
and
it
my
was
green
green
turned
one.
black.
yeah,
So, and the year before that, it was a beautiful pipe with like an orange band.
that was a beautiful pipe.
Yeah,
'Cause it was
and
mostly there was no green at all on it. It was
It was just the orange, and so I enjoy that pipe. I really do. I don't have anything against that green one, but it's not green anymore. It turned. I don't know what that was about.
There was a big not controversy, but there was a big issue with the stain that year. Even the ones that like Country Squire got. John David had to send half of them back because they were black.
They were black before he even put them up.
Yeah, they were
see,
the
mine, I
stain was
think,
so
darkened
dark.
over
He's like,
time.
why would anybody buy this?
Yeah.
And I don't blame him because they look terrible. So
All right. Well, so we're going to give away some tobacco then. Comment, and that'll put you in. If you do comment and don't want to be in, say, don't put me in, but I'm commenting anyway.
Ooh, it is
and,
hot.
It heated up on
the clay is very hot.
Oh, the clay. Yeah. I'm holding it in front of the rope, and I'm not finding it.
Yeah, I'm not finding this part, but if you touch the bowl,
Yeah.
Does it make you feel very elegant?
I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever had a pipe this long, so I'm not quite sure. I'm not even sure if I'm holding it right. Like
You're holding it by the.
Yeah, but it's awkward. I'm used to clenching, and
I think the whole point of it is you're not going to spend a whole lot of time with it, relaxing. It's intended for you to be
tasting.
In tasting and engaging with the tobacco on a more contemplative level, I suppose.
Contemplative?
Contemplative.
Contemplative.
You're thinking about the tobacco, not what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So
have you been contemplating putting up any material on your channel? We actually had one comment come in, said, Mark VV should make some videos.
Yes, I have changed my channel name, which I will... Again, yeah. So, but there's a few pieces that have to fall into place.
Okay.
Before I...
like what? Like world peace? What? I mean...
World peace would be good, but that's not...
Sir, it's YouTube. You put your iPhone up and you talk into it. This is not rocket surgery. What has to fall into place for you to make a video?
I got to finish cleaning up the shed, the Bothy.
Tell them your new channel name.
The Bothy, the Briar Bothy. Yeah.
Briar Bothy.
Mm-hmm. So it combines my two loves of whiskey, whether that's bourbon, Scotch, Irish whiskey, American single malts, whatever, and pipe tobacco.
And so you're planning on doing your filming
in my shed, which is what a Bothy is. It's essentially a communal shed. Usually it's in the Highlands of Scotland, but it's kind of like it has an open door policy. Anybody can come in and kind of.
Is that going to be your policy?
Well,
I can just show up. And smoke
I'm inviting
tobacco
people
and drink
in.
your whiskey.
Yes, you can, but not you. Not you. People are weird. But
did you just call our viewers weird?
No, they're strangers to me. That's what I mean. But I'm inviting them in to my shed.
I heard
virtually.
I'm gonna go off on a tangent just for a second from that, because I heard something very funny yesterday. I think it was, maybe it was today. I don't remember. Cardinal Dolan.
What? Yeah.
Okay, St. Patrick's Cathedral up in New York, right? Cardinal Dolan, that guy.
Yeah.
He was telling a story about, during Lent, people come for confession.
Yeah.
And he was saying that in Ireland, in the Irish tradition, I guess maybe he was going through Ireland or something. I don't know. And he was staying at a convent. I don't know how that works. Like, do they let men in the convent? I don't know. I guess maybe if you're a cardinal, you get. At any rate, because confession is so popular during Lent, they would bring in extra priests, right, to hear confession. And in Ireland, there's a term that I think in America we would find, if not funny, almost offensive. And the nuns would put out like a little sign saying, "Confessions tonight with a strange priest." You said strange. And what they mean by that is a priest that people don't know. Because some people, it's funny, some people, they want a confessor that they know very well. That's who they want to go to all the time. And other people are like, no, I don't want that person to have any knowledge of me outside of here. So I want someone who's essentially a stranger to me. And in Ireland, the term was a strange priest. So they would market that, a strange priest. And it's like, that's kind of creepy sounding.
Yeah. So it's like somebody from BRTV just kind of walked into my backyard, be like, what are you doing in my backyard? I'm going to the bothy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, right. I'm going to drink your whiskey and smoke your pipe tobacco.
Okay. But yeah, so bothy is essentially like a work, people who are out in the field, like sheep herders or woodcutters or, somebody who's doing some kind of outside work.
Meanwhile, remind everybody what you do for a living. He's a banker.
I'm a banker.
Yeah, so he's in air conditioning all day. Yeah,
you can have a bothy with air conditioning, I suppose.
Okay. Do you have an air conditioning in your bothy?
I do.
Yeah. So this is really, it's not exactly what we'd call a manly man's cave.
No, it's a shed.
It's a shed. Okay. You're gonna have me over?
Sure.
Are we gonna make a video there?
We certainly are.
Okay.
We'll be able
but it's
to.
not ready yet.
Not yet.
You're still working on that.
Still working on.
Which means what? You have to clean it up. You have to decorate it. What are you going to do?
There's some decorations that are going to go up. I have to clean out a spot for me to sit. That kind of stuff,
Okay. All right. So the long or the short of it, it's no longer Mark VV on.
No, it's the Briar Bothy.
The Briar
Bothy.
Okay. All right.
With your host, Mark VV.
Now, are you going to change your other? Because you're at MGV squared.
Yeah.
On Twitter and Instagram. Are you just going to kill that and start over with
No.
You're still going to be MGV squared?
Yeah, I don't think there's a real reason to kill my social media.
Other than it's all inconsistent
presence.
and nobody can keep up with your names.
Remember how I also have a Twitter handle called The Proper Fug? A Proper Fug? Remember that?
I do remember. Yeah, I didn't know you had a handle for it.
I did. Well, I never really used it, but it's still there.
All right.
But yeah, don't search that. I don't post on it.
All righty.
So maybe I will make a Briar Bothy Twitter handle.
I think a level of consistency is helpful in people remembering who you are.
And I'm sure Phil is going to, another name change again. And...
Well, I mean, you've only had like 42. So what's wrong with the 43rd? Okay. This isn't knocking my socks off.
No.
It's not the worst thing I've ever smoked. It's definitely the bottom half of the list for me. It's been so long. This has taken us, I don't know. When did we start this? Did we start this in 2019?
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, yeah. It was before we had the baby.
It was before
born.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Was it before Thanksgiving?
It may very well have been.
I don't know how far back it goes. It's been a while. It's taken us. We got off to a really good start. We were cranking these out every week, and then we hit like bad. I don't know. It took a while. So I don't have enough remembrance of some of this stuff for me to really know where I'm going to put this. I just know I think it's going to be in the mix for me 4, 5, 6, or 7. It's just it's just not doing much for me.
I'm going to go to BriarReportTV.com or whatever. What's
BRTV,
Briar Report, BRTV.
BriarReport.org.
But I'm going to go to the TV portion of it, and I'm going to Google.
You're going to search.
Pull up Padre's name, and I'm going to see when the first video is published. Volume 2, Volume 1. Well, I don't think there's
no
date stamp on it, but maybe I can determine when the video was published.
It's been a while, and here we are in March, and we're finally completing this series. Which means we also need to be thinking about, you and I tossed around doing another series.
Yep. The Country Squire stuff?
We've talked about the Country Squire, maybe the Middle Earth. You were supposed to be reaching out to John David to see if, we could make that happen. You tweeted something today about looking forward to making our final video, which I thought sounded rather... it almost came off as if, I don't know, we're breaking up or we're retiring and we're never going to make a video again today.
That was misspoken.
And Phil commented along those lines, and he's, I think he also wondered if it was really going to be our final video. But he also said, who's going to review, I forget who made this, Meat Pie.
Is that Briarworks? No.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know where he pulled that one up.
Was it somebody on Twitter?
It was Phil who
Phil
said that. And I'm not even sure. Did they even make Meat Pie anymore?
Oh, that was Drew Estate.
Was it Drew Estate?
Yeah,
Drew Estate doesn't.
No, you can't get Meat Pie anymore.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a funny little side story is that I went to Don Juan's, which is another. They're a cigar shop. But they also carry pipe tobacco blends here and there, and they were the tinned ones, and they kind of since have stopped carrying pipe tobacco. I think they still have some of the bulks, but like
they don't carry tins anymore.
No. They just
Don Juan. Yeah. I was thinking Habana Port,
but they just have like the jars of repackaged.
Yeah. They've never been
Q,
the strongest on pipe tobacco.
So I'd gone in there, and I had a friend who used to work there. He used to be the manager over there. And I walked in one day, and I'm like, "Hey, you got any pipe tobacco?" He's like, "Yeah, we got some tins over there." So I went and looked, and there was one tin left of Drew Estate Meat Pie.
Oh, you got it?
So I picked it up, and it was dry as a bone.
Yeah.
So I just threw it away.
The seal had been opened, broken?
Yeah, the seal had been broken, and it was useless to me. So I just ended up tossing it because I was not interested in rehydrating.
That same place a couple of years ago, I had a very similar experience. They had a dusty old tin of Peterson Deluxe mixture.
Yeah.
And when I say dusty old tin, it was dusty. The label had yellowed. I don't know how long it had been there. And I just kind of chuckled. And the guy says, do you like that? And I said, I don't know. I've never had it. I said, how old is this? And he says, I don't know. If that concerns you, I'll give it to you for 50% off.
Been here since the shop opened.
So I got this tin of Peterson Deluxe mixture for like $5.
Yeah.
And it was perfectly fine. I opened it up. I jarred it. I still have some. It was in wonderful condition. It just sat there aging because the seal had never been broken. So, but you're right. That's not exactly the pipe shop in our area.
But going back on, I was trying to find when the first video was posted. The comments were enabled 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But the video was posted prior to that. So somebody had commented on the first video, but it was only
2 months ago.
2 months ago. So
yeah, I think
it may have been before Thanksgiving.
Briar Report went live in September. We may have put our first one up in October. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while.
But now we're here at the end. The last video of the series, not the last video we will ever do.
That's right. We're crossing the finish line on the Petersons. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to hold mine up. I'm going to, I think I'm going to put this, I'm going to give it the number 5 spot. So that's going to mean mild English is my, Imperial English is my number 7. Mild English is my number 6. This is my number 5. Magnum is my number 4. Titus is my number 3. And my tops are Northwoods and Countryside, which actually says Country Sid, because I can't spell.
I see Country SFD.
FSD?
Yeah, that's what I see.
No, it's SID.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it does say F. It does look like an F.
Yeah, it does.
I really have bad handwriting.
Anyway.
So yeah, this is not the greatest.
It's mine's I'm putting it dead last. That's going to be number 7 for me.
All right.
I found it to have little character other than the Latakia, and that just bugs me to no end. So there you have it. Mine is number 7 is going to be Railroad Station. Very disappointed because I had high hopes.
I did too. With a name like that,
But
I do have to say, as I'm getting closer to the bottom of the bowl,
kind of changed a little bit.
A little bit. It's the flavor's intensifying a little bit, which it was already kind of an intensely Latakia flavor. So that's sharpening up some. And I think I am getting a little bit more of the Virginia happening with that. So I will say this. I think it's a better second half smoke than a first half smoke. Again, would I buy it again? No, probably not. If it's all I had, would I quit smoking pipes? No, I could probably smoke it again.
I mean, if it's all I had, then I'd learn to like it, kind of thing. Just
Yeah.
like.
Well, and that's the
anything.
thing. The first time I did smoke Countryside, I wasn't crazy about it. You burned yourself, didn't you? And so I acquired a taste for Countryside, and it was that slight topping. They use a very light topping, but it's there, and I had to acquire a taste for it, and it was really matches. When John said that side note, it helped me frame it, and I'm like, that's what it is, and I'm like, actually, it's not all that bad. And then I became very fond of it. So Countryside is still at my top of these Boswell blends. Boswell does wonderful aromatics. In fact, I think that's probably more of their strength than the English blends.
There were people that wanted us to do an aromatic sampler as well.
Yeah, and they do. I mean, they've got some. I know a lot of the ladies enjoy cupcake and Christmas cookie, and I'm not suggesting that, you're not a real man if you smoke cupcake and Christmas cookie, because I have both of those jarred, and they're fine. They're really good at holidays. They're very good with the room note and pleasing people.
But I mean, on that note, I think I prefer to do just because I know him personally, a Country Squire aromatic.
I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
Country Squire aromatics, or their Middle Earth series,
Both,
or something.
Middle Earth and do aromatics, or
Yeah.
play around with ideas, of course.
We'll have to see if John David is up for packaging. My idea there is we're going to do, say, their Middle Earth. Maybe he could make available to our viewers a little something on the website where they could also go and purchase a 1 ounce sample of each of those series and smoke along with us. That could be a lot of fun. I don't know if he's willing to do that or not. Package up. I don't even know if he's allowed to do that. Who knows with this crazy FDA stuff.
Which is coming down the tube really quickly.
I'm so over that. I'm over it. I don't care. I don't want to hear anything about the FDA. I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't.
It's going to happen whether we care about it or not.
I don't care. I don't care. They need to get out of my life. I want the government out of my life. So, all right. How long are we into this? Oh, good Lord.
41 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a long. I really did not think we have rambled for that long.
Hey.
We clearly have.
It was not the low energy edition that
I'm
you thought
still
it might
feeling
be.
a little low energy. I'm tired, but hey, we did it. This has been video 7 of smoking through the sampler. It's been Railroad Station. I think we're both underwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
We had great hopes, and it's okay.
It's kind of like it's coming into the station and
It's
just
just
kind of
there it
teeters a little
is.
bit before.
We were expecting maybe the Disney monorail to bring us excitement, and we just got on Amtrak, and it wasn't even all that clean. That wasn't very nice.
Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
You're speaking in tongues. Going Pentecostal.
Please
on that.
stand clear of the
Oh,
door.
yeah, you're right.
Por
right.
favor, manténganse alejado de las
Yeah.
puertas.
Disney, gotcha. All right, so should we sign off? I think it's time we
Yes.
close it out. But again,
See.
we want to get rid of this tobacco. So if you want it, comment below, say I want it. And if you comment below and don't want it, let us know not to include you. We'll randomly pick somebody and we'll ship out the sampler to somebody else who can have some fun trying
And
it.
a shining endorsement of Boswell. Thank you to Boswell, of course, for producing these great tobaccos. And
I thought you were going to say thank you to Boswell percentages. Like, I paid for this.
Buy
Are you
some
kidding me?
Countryside because it is very good.
I think we both can agree on that.
It's our number one
Countryside's our
pick.
number one across both of us, and I think most people out there.
Thank you to Boswell for generously letting us buy this tobacco.
There you go, something like that. I remember we were talking about Advent in the earlier. We're in Lent.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, just to put it in
Full season.
Yeah, put it in liturgical terms. It's taken us a while to get through this.
Full circle.
And thank you to Phil for being patient with us in all of this. So I guess we should close it out. And if you got some ideas for our next series, like, we were just talking about the Country Squire, maybe that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
If you got something, better idea than that, let us know in the comments, and we'll take it under consideration.
Yep.
All right, we'll close it out for now. I'm Padre.
Mark VV.
Wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings. And this is where we go to black screen.
Black screen.
Yep. But you got to reach over.
What is it, the Wayne's World thing where they go...
But that requires one of us to go over and push the dag blasted button.
We're going to break this now? I think you're supposed to break the end off, right?
I'm not breaking it. It's not a communal pipe. I can't reach the button. There it is. Truly black screen. And this is where we let the audio continue to record. And we say things.
Weirdos.
What are we going to say?
Freaking weirdos in the BRTV listening to the...
I wonder if this would have
After
a
show.
different experience with a Briar, though.
Welcome to BRTV's After Hours edition.
It's the after show. Oh, look, I got a smoke ring.
Where we say adult things.
Oh, good Lord.
Like dumbass.
Dumbass. And what was the one you used before? Nipple.
Nipple? Well, this is... it's getting a little tantalizing.
I think it's time to hit pause. Stop.
What's that word that starts with a P? Oh, yeah, it's